This week, I had a really good conversation with a client who's elderly and they're selling their house. They did not know they could use a reverse mortgage to purchase a house. And so I wanted to come to you with a message that I want to make sure you know if you have an elderly client that's retirement age and they have enough equity, they might be able to qualify to buy a house with a reverse mortgage, which is a little unique. A lot of people think there's a huge misconception that you have to own a current house right now to do a reverse mortgage on it. Well, in this case, in a lot of cases, if they're retirement age and they're going to be living there and they have enough equity, they can actually get a reverse mortgage on their house. So the key here is it can free up cash flow for them and really improve their long-term retirement numbers. So in this situation, the person was just going to sell their house or going to pay off some debt, help a family member out. But what happens then? So they pay off a bunch of debt. They have some money in their hand. Their house was free and clear, so they're sitting on a decent chunk of money. But where are they going to go? All the rents right now are sky high. Elderly are paying, minimum of $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Even if they just buy let's say a manufactured home on lot rent, it's still going to be significantly higher than no payment, right? So the purchase, though, it's okay if they still want to sell. So there's a couple of situations in this. If they're out of state and let's say they're moving to Arizona or moving to a different state, and they do need to actually sell their house, just be aware clients can use a reverse mortgage to buy a house, and we can pre-qualify them for the reverse mortgage numbers so they understand all the numbers and what's going on to it. The takeaway I've had with having a lot of different reverse mortgage conversations now is that a lot of people think it's the costs are too high. So the client I was just talking about this week, she actually looked into reverse mortgage, went super deep on it. She decided not to do the reverse mortgage because the perceived costs were too high. But a lot of the costs go into the loan itself and are really not paid until the loan's paid off. So that could be 20, 30 years down the road, depending on, how long the person lives and is in the house for. So there's two different types of costs. There's the actual cost out of pocket. Then there's the actual cost in the loan. Both are very important to understand. I don't want to downplay the actual cost in the loan, but I'll give you an example too. My parents had looked at a reverse mortgage and also decided, hey, it wasn't right for them, and they decided not to do it. But when you fast forward the situation, they now are paying out money per month for lot rent. So if they're paying out money for lot rent on a manufactured home that's free and clear, that number keeps going up. So it's jumping every year, more and more every year. It's actually capped a little bit based on the state regulations, but they want to keep bumping it up as much as they possibly can for the community. And it's devastating to the monthly outflow of cash in a retirement stage. So if somebody brings up, hey, I looked at a reverse mortgage, it's not right for me, the costs are too high. Let's take a look at it again and really understand what the true costs are out of pocket, and then the true cost of the overall life of the loan, and look at the positives and negatives. Just because people are paying costs in reverse mortgage, it doesn't mean that that's a bad idea for them to do it, because there's a tangible benefit per month for them to do a reverse mortgage compared to rolling the costs in that'll be intangible 20, 30 years down the road. So thanks for watching. Hopefully it just kind of opens up your mind to a reverse mortgage. If you're still watching, what I would give you is a strategy of knowing kind of rough numbers. The calculation is age minus 32. Age minus 32 is a good kind of understanding of if somebody will qualify. So if the numbers say 70, it's going to be a little bit better than if somebody's 62 and a half. So just keep that in mind. As they get older, they'll actually have a little more access to capital in the reverse mortgage. But it's a great way to go. If you have any questions on it, shoot me an email back. I'd be happy to help. Have a great Saturday, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.